Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. The night of the 2025 Emmy Awards became far more than just another Hollywood celebration of television excellence. It turned into a nostalgic, emotional, and highly anticipated reunion that millions of fans across the globe had been dreaming about for years. When the stars of Gilmore Girls stepped onto the stage and reminded the world why their bond remains unshakable, it wasn't simply a red carpet moment. It was history being rewritten in real time. Viewers expected glamour, speeches, and a few surprises, but what they got was a heartfelt wave of memory, laughter, and the undeniable magic that only Lorelai and Rory could deliver. The cameras first caught Lauren Graham, radiant as ever, arriving in a sleek gown that effortlessly reflected her timeless charisma. Fans who had followed her journey as Lorelai Gilmore instantly felt the rush of nostalgia. Only moments later, Alexis Bledel appeared, graceful, poised, and carrying the same quiet strength she embodied as Rory Gilmore. The reunion of these two women, who had shared the most beloved mother-daughter storyline in television history, instantly stole the spotlight. The audience inside the theater erupted with applause, and social media lit up in seconds. It wasn't just about seeing the actresses together. It was about remembering what they meant to an entire generation. For many, Gilmore Girls was never just a show. It was a comfort, a safe space, a reminder of witty banter over coffee, and the beautifully imperfect rhythm of life in Stars Hollow. And now, decades later, these two women walking side by side at one of the biggest nights in television carried all of that sentiment directly into the present. The Emmy producers knew they had something special on their hands. By the time Lauren and Alexis stepped onto the main stage to present, the energy in the room had shifted. The audience wasn't simply waiting for awards. They were waiting for a moment of reconnection. Lauren, never one to shy away from humor, opened with a quip that instantly drew laughter. Her timing was sharp, her delivery effortless, and in that instant, it felt like Lorelai had returned. Alexis, quieter but equally sharp, responded with her signature dry wit, sending a wave of recognition through the crowd. It wasn't scripted in the sense of a reunion episode, but the chemistry between them made it feel like the cameras had just rolled for another day in Stars Hollow. They didn't need sets or coffee cups to remind people who they were. Their dynamic, their rhythm, and their warmth did all the work. What made the moment even more powerful was the way other cast members soon joined the celebration. As the awards transitioned between categories, familiar faces emerged, and the audience quickly realized the night was more than just a casual get-together. Scott Patterson, who brought Luke Danes to life, walked out to cheers that seemed to shake the walls of the theater. Fans who had spent years rooting for Lorelai and Luke's romance couldn't help but gasp as Lauren and Scott embraced on stage. The years melted away, and suddenly, the fictional diner that had once served as the heart of Gilmore Girls felt alive again. Kelly Bishop, the legendary actress behind Emily Gilmore, also appeared, adding a layer of sophistication and gravitas that reminded everyone of her unmatched presence in the series. When she joined Lauren and Alexis for a brief moment, it was impossible not to imagine the Gilmore family reunited in full force. The applause stretched longer than planned, and producers allowed it to linger because they knew this was bigger than any scripted joke or rehearsed teleprompter line. This was about honoring legacy, and the crowd refused to let the moment pass without soaking it in. As fans online watched the live stream, trending topics exploded. Gilmore Girls reunion sat at the top of global charts within minutes. GIFs of Lauren and Alexis exchanging glances, laughing, and sharing hugs flooded timelines. Nostalgic quotes from the series resurfaced, and fan accounts began editing side-by-side clips of the Emmy reunion and iconic Gilmore Girls scenes. The contrast between past and present only highlighted how little their bond had changed. Even after years apart, the spark was still there. Interviews backstage only fueled the excitement. Entertainment reporters scrambled to ask the obvious question: would this reunion spark talks of a new project? Lauren smiled knowingly, teasing that the night had been a walk down memory lane, but refusing to close the door on possibilities. Alexis, often more reserved, admitted that the overwhelming fan support made her emotional, and she hinted that reconnecting with her co-stars reminded her of how much the show had shaped her career. These small statements were enough to send speculation into overdrive. Could another chapter of Gilmore Girls be on the horizon? Of course, the cast was careful not to make promises they couldn't keep. But the Emmy Award stage had already done what no press release or interview ever could. It reignited the collective yearning of millions of viewers. It proved that the Gilmore Girls family still carried a magic that time could not diminish. Even the Emmy audience, made up of Hollywood's elite, seemed captivated by the reunion. Cameras caught actors and producers smiling knowingly, some even mouthing lines from the series under their breath. It was clear, Gilmore Girls wasn't just television. It was cultural DNA. The most touching moment of the night came when the cast took a few seconds to honor Edward Herrmann, who played Richard Gilmore. Lauren, Alexis, and Kelly joined hands as Lauren softly mentioned how much they missed him. The theater fell silent, and for a brief moment, the glitz of Hollywood gave way to pure human emotion. Fans online immediately flooded tribute threads, remembering Richard's wisdom, humor, and presence on the show. The reunion became not just about the people present, but also about remembering those who helped shape the legacy. When the award show moved forward, fans were left with more than just beautiful gowns, heartfelt speeches, or predictable wins. They carried with them a renewed appreciation for the enduring charm of Gilmore Girls. For Hallmark, which proudly supported and promoted the reunion as part of its ongoing celebration of beloved television, the moment aligned perfectly with its mission to honor stories that bring people together. The Hallmark branding behind the scenes wasn't just sponsorship, it was a stamp of recognition for the timelessness of a show that could still command this kind of emotional reaction decades later. In the hours after the Emmys wrapped, interviews, behind-the-scenes clips, and fan reactions dominated entertainment news. Talk shows replayed the moment on loop. Late-night hosts cracked jokes about stars Hollow making a comeback, and entertainment writers drafted op-eds declaring the reunion one of the most important moments in Emmy history. It wasn't about awards or trophies anymore. It was about the cultural power of television to connect generations. The lasting question now hangs in the air. Will this reunion remain a beautiful memory, or is it the spark that lights the path toward a revival? Fans debated furiously online. Some insisted the reunion was enough, a celebration of what once was. Others argued that the time felt perfect for a new series, a movie, or at the very least another limited season. The streaming landscape, after all, thrives on nostalgia and legacy projects. And if the reception at the Emmys was any indication, a Gilmore Girls revival would dominate conversation the moment it was announced. Regardless of what the future holds, one truth became clear during the 2025 Emmy Awards. The world still loves the Gilmore Girls. Their quick wit, their banter, their heartfelt connections, and their imperfect but beautiful stories remain as relevant today as they were during their original run. Seeing Lauren Graham and Alexis Bledel side by side again wasn't just a fun surprise. It was a reminder that some stories never end. They simply pause until the right moment brings them back to life. The cameras may have cut away, the applause may have eventually faded, and the Emmy stage may have shifted back to its usual rhythm. But for millions of fans across the world, the night of the 2025 Emmys will forever be remembered as the night Lorelai and Rory returned, if only for a little while, to remind us all of the magic that can happen when television creates something truly timeless. And maybe, just maybe, this isn't the last time we'll see stars hollow glow under the spotlight. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.